Okay, next what I want to show you is some of the videos of my training when I was down at Midwest Powered Paragliding. I want to be able to showcase some of the skills and the experience that I gained while I was training there. So the first video parts that you'll see are me on my first launches and landings. You'll see as I struggled to get the wing up overhead properly, proper taxi control, applying pressure, my takeoff. But all that comes with training and time and learning to condense those skills down into a quick repetition. And you'll see at the end of my training how I was able to start to put those skill sets in a faster momentum and really take off my launches without any additional help. So before we start those videos, I want to always say thank you to the guys down at Midwest Powered Paragliding in Franklin, Indiana for the training that I received. And without further ado, let's go on to our first video.
Big deep breath. Try and relax. Whenever you're ready, keep your arms wide, pinch your shoulder blades, and move forward. Add power. Power. Keep moving. Look at your wing. Stand up straight. Look at your wing. Keep moving. Give me more taxi. Let go of your A's. Let go of your A's. Keep moving. Keep moving. Good. Now bring in this power. More power.
So overall, not a super bad launch. As you can see, that was my very first launch, so I had some things that I still had to work on. First thing was, getting my hands off A's. I was still riding them up as I went along with getting my launch together. Another thing was getting that subtle kick of energy from throttle instead of finessing into it. You can see where when I was told to increase the speed, I jammed it all out, which then flipped me back into my seat. And as you saw, thank God that I was able to pull a little bit of pressure, because I probably would have maybe hit the prop as I launched as well. But that's all part of the learning game. It was learning to feel out the engine, feeling that process of bringing that canopy above my head and then getting up into the sky for the first time. I will say that was the most exhilarating part of the whole procedure, was feeling that exhilaration as soon as I hit the sky. That extreme fear and nervousness and anxiousness right before that launch. Getting that up above your head, getting the throttle, feeling the ground disappear underneath you, and to have everything open up above you was probably the most exhilarating passion that I've felt in a long time. It helped ignite my own passion in paramotoring itself, and once I had hit that sky, I knew right then and there, this is what I want to do. This is going to be the hobby, the sport that changes my life for the better. So next, on our next video, we're going to go into my very first landing, as I brought that in, also being controlled in my headset, being told what to do and how to react properly. So here's my first landing. I found that just dangling out of the seat was extremely enjoyable for some reason. I think it felt that you were actually floating in midair as you came down. So as you can see, it was just me learning how to land properly, get my legs moving. Not being sure of exactly where the ground was a little bit hard to take in, but listening to my instructor, making sure that I flared at the proper time and leveled out. I have since gotten better making sure that I'm still moving when I come in for that landing. But either way, it was enjoyable to make sure that I came in properly, to make sure that I landed on the ground where I needed to be, and I was excited to get back up in the air. So with this, we're going to jump ahead in time and go towards some of my last launches, and then that way you can see that progression that I made through my time here. So as you can see, the ease of my launch has greatly increased. I still had some things to learn and some things I still work on. Part of it was leaning back further, making sure that my angle of thrust was backwards. You can also see in the video where the glider itself was already starting to lift me, so a little bit of pressure would have popped me up in the sky relatively quickly. But a lot of that continues to be something that I work on to try to get better at, to try to make sure that my launches are clean, get up in the air safely and quickly as well. So in the next video, you'll see how I was able to take my landing without instructions, same as the last video. They were overseeing us, make sure we're okay, of course, but how to do these landings using some of the muscle memory that we've already created during our class times. All in all, not a very bad landing. I was still at that time trying to learn out the differences in height, relevant to how high you actually were. So as you can see, I probably flared a little bit too high, or maybe I stalled out too high where I had a little bit of a drop. I also need to make sure that I'm keep moving so I can kite that wing properly. But that was probably number 21, 22 or so of my launches for my time there. I've since then have gotten a little bit better, but I still continue to work on those aspects of kiting. So with that, that was just some of the training. I'm going to try to upload some more of my training, some of the behind the scenes of what went on while I was there. Also some videos of me with my flights as I fly around here in Indiana. Look forward to being able to share that with everybody as well. I want to make a special thanks to the guys down at Midwest PPG for the training I received with Brad and Dave and Matt and all them. But I also want to thank out to Micah Stevens of Lifted PPG for also helping me out when I had some questions as I continue to learn the sport and try to troubleshoot sometimes some of the mistakes that I make. So I'll put his link in the description as well. He's got a YouTube channel that is very great and helps me learn some more tips and techniques and helps me get better at the sport. So with that, you guys have a great day.